Alright, welcome back to part 3 of our Cleopatra game where we set on Deity with all random settings. In the last game we did find Toronto, or rather their galley found us, as well as Brazil and Mr. New Cappy Gandhi. So one of the very first things we're going to try to do is become the suzerain of Toronto, and as nobody else has seemingly discovered Toronto, this could actually work to our benefit quite a bit. That will be a little bit of a challenge just considering our government is an autocracy and we have no diplomatic policy to build up actual envoys with Toronto, but we'll try to get them because we want the extra 3 tiles adjacency bonuses that they'll give for the industrial zones. Not an immediate priority, but they'll be quite crucial to our long-term strategy. And right now, in terms of building up as an empire, we're just trying to maximize our island and get as many cities as we can to fill out this area and catch up with the rest of the world. At turn 69, I am going through turns a little bit faster just because we do want to make sure that we're not lagging too far, that everything's not taking too long to go through this game. I'm going to send the Toronto out of Thieves because we are going to make a gambit to try to get the Petra. And let's see. In Raw Cadet, we do need to grow one more. I need to get that extra. I do want to get that extra in district zone here. So in the immediate term, let's give me an archer. Just give me an archer. It'll be good. Now, where do we stand world ranking wise? So we're actually doing pretty good in science. I did not expect this. I hadn't looked at the scores. Science-wise, we are on deity level. We're the second place now in terms of text research, but we are falling. You know, Gandhi's producing 24 science per turn. We are producing 13 science per turn, and this is just with one campus district. And you know, we'll probably make a second campus district just for a little bit of a bonus down here. But primarily, we want to make industrial and commercial and harbor districts to get ourselves really going. And Thebes. Do we want more production or do we want more food? Ooh, dilemmas. Dilemmas. I'm going to go with more food right now. We need some extra food production. I would like to see Thebes grow a little bit more. We'll check out how that's going. Score-wise, you know, we're starting to catch up to the AI. You know, we're at 71. Most of the other AIs, 111, 106. Most of that score is coming because of our empire size. So 44 from empire size. You can see most of these other guys. So this guy has a small empire. You know, he doesn't have many cities probably up. This probably has like one additional city or more than us. Gandhi, we might have to knock out because they always go for pretty high in science, as well as Brazil. Empire-wise, Brazil's got a pretty small empire at 30. And they're doing pretty good. India's doing pretty good with the amount of cities. So that's kind of the state of the union at the moment. And let's go further. I'm still debating on victory types. As I was saying before in previous, Egypt's bonuses and with the start that we have don't really help us towards leaning towards any one particular victory kind or another. And what I would like to see here is more. You know, we don't really have a clean direction to go in, but once our once our infrastructure is complete, you'll see that we actually have quite a few options to go through. I mean, we'll be able to go science pretty easy. Culture, maybe. I mean, culture just seems to drag a little bit longer, too, in a case like this. But science or domination will be one or the other. I want this trade route to go out of Abydos because I do want this city to grow a lot faster. And because this city has more access to food than Thebes, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send this trader to Raw Cadet. I want to get some extra production there, so the 2 production is probably more valuable. We do have our 4th population in Raw Cadet, but we do have 3 turns left until apprenticeship, so let's get a builder. You know, 3 turns, that works out pretty perfect. Send the archer up to Thebes, not that we necessarily need it, but it'll be good. And our slinger probably back to Abydos to upgrade. And then we'll get a boost for something or other for 3 archers. I forget which one it is. I think it's for crossbows. Okay, so India is in the Renaissance era. That probably means that they have caravels now. They've probably invested in their navy tech. So we should keep a lookout on that. I don't think we need colonization anymore. At least not at this particular moment in time. But you know, I would like to get some more gold. We don't really need housing. We don't have a housing issue. Alright, we'll go gold. Gold is going to be fine. I do want to get towards feudalism. And I don't think we're going to be the target of a declaration of war anytime soon, so we're just going to hard research that. Unless there's anything in particular. I want to get the bonus for recorded history just because Toronto has a quest for it, but I don't want to actually research this at this particular moment in time. I don't need it. Military tradition, we don't have any horses, we don't really need that, and we'll keep that around for a quick civic switch if we need it. On our way to, we're working towards exploration for Merchant Republic. So, oh, America's in our game, okay. And Brazil doesn't like America, so I wonder what Teddy's done to tick off Brazil. And our boost. Yeah, of course, size. One more turn, we have our industrial zones going. Should be good because we'll have the builder going. And we have reached the medieval era.
There is no easy way to train an apprentice. My 2 tools are example and nagging.
Let's start to research mathematics. Let's get it halfway there. Because we do want to try for the Petra. I'm hoping that nobody else really has a desert start that they're going to work on, because we're going to try to crank that out of Thebes, because Thebes desperately needs it. I have a builder, and I'm not quite positive what I want to do with him yet. Really what we need to consider right at this particular moment is where we want the industrial district, because Memphis is going to need access to Memphis, ideally here or here, to at least have a little bit of adjacency going on. Let's see, Abydos 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sice is going to need, no matter what, Toronto's bonus in order to get an industrial zone benefit from rocket debt, because this is so densely packed in. I would almost... This is a very good tile for a lumber mill. That's going to be a lumber mill. Lumber mill, lumber mill. You know, let's just build them like our original plan. You know, it's not going to matter too much in the end. I mean, if we lose, you know, we'll lose a little bit of production adjacency-wise, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. We'll build Memphis's right there, because Memphis won't be as production-oriented as Rockadet anyway, so it's not a terribly big deal. And actually, that should the completion of our industrial zone there. Ooh, Spain. Ooh, Spain. You know, this guy, Philip, is insane. Philip, we are going to go to war with. We are either not going to be friends, or we're going to go to war with them, because me and Philip don't exactly have a good history together. You know, he's already said, you know, he's received our heretics. Let's see. You know, he doesn't hate us as much as he could. And, you know, Brazil's just kind of on edge with us. And Gandhi, well, Gandhi loves the fact that we haven't gone to war yet.
My liege, we have an envoy at our disposal. We can use the envoy to gain favor.
So we have an envoy. And we should highly consider using it. So what I'm actually going to do... Going to go to military tradition, and in 2 turns we'll spend that envoy in Toronto. Because I do want to get the production bonus from Toronto towards districts. And wonders, buildings, and districts, and I want to try to get that... I want to try to get that into Thebes. You know, that might not... I mean, it might take a little while for that to take effect, but... you know, getting an envoy there will be good. And I mean, if we switch out, we can actually get something going. Brazil... I have no reason to give you open borders, so I'm not going to give you open borders. And Spain, oh, you're the idiot with only, like, 3 cities. Okay. So Spain probably got caught with an area that's not so hot for his start. Let's see where he goes. So he's behind in tech. He's behind in science and everything like that. Score-wise, he's on par. He's on par with us, so we'll go attack him at some point. The Spanish Armada versus the Egyptian fleets. I feel like that will be a definite fight at some point. Alright, now that we got our policy switched out, let's keep the gold going. Let's say our first envoy to Toronto will count as 2. And the only envoy we indeed have. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab mysticism, just so that way we can switch that policy back, because we don't really need it. Well, yeah, let's switch it back. Now, builder we're going to send over to Abydos, you know, build out that farm, try to get some additional growth going, maybe even actually do the mine. And this is why we don't want to give open borders to Brazil, because Brazil's already scouting out our island, and we don't want to give them any data on where they could possibly settle. The fact that that warrior has landed on our continent of Laurentia, I believe it was. Yeah, Laurentia. You know, we don't want any Vendian filthy enemies coming into our glorious continent of Laurentia, so we want to make sure that we may pop out a settler and nobody gets their area there. Because if they do, I will go to war with them. Now, Thebes, 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 Thebes. What am I gonna do with you, Thebes? How could we not have a... Oh, no entertainment conflict. Ideally, you should be building a trader. But, you know, we're gonna have the Petra in probably 3 turns, so... Go back to, you know, partially building that monument that you were gonna build. I can get rid of you. So we'll have Rockadet. Rockadet will build the trader that we just opened up with the commercial district that completed in Thebes. And then with the industrial zone, we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead because we have 8 turns for defensive tactics. I'm going to go ahead and switch us to our wonder. We should probably do the ancient and classical era wonders if Petra and mathematics is... Okay, good. It is classical era, so that will apply towards the Petra. Let's get that in there. And... you know, I'm going to keep caravanseries in there. Because I do want to build up more and more gold. Oh, we got another envoy to send already. Right on. We will go ahead and send that to Toronto, which will both make us the suzerain of Toronto and help make some extra additional, you know, start working towards our bonuses there. We, you know, in these other industrial districts, as they become online, we'll be able to get additional stuff. Yeah, you can have a delegation. Our settler in Sais is done. We'll send him down into the tundra. Send the builder to build the farm in Abydos, as well as that mine, very likely for the extra production. By the way, interesting how this border growth has switched back and forth between these wheat tiles. And... could build a trader, but let's get you going with the builder. And I'm gonna go ahead and have him grow a little bit faster, because the builder is not too crucial, but I do want to get that population back from what we just spent there on the settler, because I do want to start getting industrial zones up here. Because we already spent 1 population on that campus. And mathematics is complete, which means we can actually start our Petra build. And we will build the trader and Rockadet. And we actually have 2 builders to build. Because 70 turns until that is complete. I almost don't even want to bother with that. I'm going to take the risk, and I'm going to put the Petra here, because I don't want to lose the floodplain, and I'm going to just hope that that has a... I should have checked to see if it had a river adjacency when I was placing the commercial district there, because I just don't know if this source of the river counts as an adjacent to the river. Wait, okay, so it says here, desert, floodplains, river, and this is just desert. So there is going to be no... There's going to be no... We're not going to be able to use our special ability for river bonuses. Alright, well, that's the best we can do. That's the best we can do. Let's see what is Thebes working to... Yeah, well, Thebes is building faith for no good reason. But I don't see any better tiles in this case for Thebes to work unless we actually work this tile, which cuts off 20 turns. And let's work the copper. Shaves off another 6 turns. And we're growing a little bit faster. Again, not ideal, but you know, maybe we can buy a builder. Yeah, let's do we buy the builder or do we buy the trader? Let's buy the trader, and then in a couple more turns we'll buy the builder. And our industrial zone we want to put here. So we'll get that online in Memphis to create the powerhouse that Memphis will one day be. And research-wise, let's start getting our harbors. We're not going to be able to improve 2C resources to get that bonus, but we'll be all right. I can't believe we're buying a desert tile, but you know, the game's not, you know, probably rightly not gonna waste a border expansion on a desert, so yeah, Rock Cadet. Go to Rock Cadet. We're gonna use the last build on a mine. Rock Cadet, after it finishes the trader, sends it to Thebes, because now we've gotten our build time down to 31 turns from the original of 70 turns in Thebes. Once we get the other trader there, we'll see how that goes. Holy sites, great, awesome holy sites. We will want to get another settler out there to either get that spot and start the industrial zone there, or flesh out over here more. Let's start with the settler in Rock Cadet, because we're at about turn 86, and we're at turn 86, so that means by turn 100 we will have our 7 cities, which will be about on pace for where we need to be, which is good. Again, what I've experienced from Deity games is that we definitely do want to have... we definitely do want to make sure that we get... we want to make sure that, in this case, we are maximizing the amount of... cities that we have before turn 100 to catch up with the Deity AI, and in my experience it's been about 7 cities. If you can have somewhere between 7 and 9 cities by turn 100, then you're generally in a pretty good position to dominate the game. What I lost thought there for a second was this campus district. It was just the choice between this spot, which would probably be an industrial, and here's Spain interrupting me again. Yes, fine, your delegation is most welcome from your pathetic empire. The decision was basically industrial district over in the either an industrial district here or a campus district here. This will get one. That would be a mine, because that would be, those would both be not mines. They would be the working the sheep. So either which way, it didn't really matter too much. So we'll just have the campus there. Although now in retrospect, I should have probably put a commercial district right there. But the only reason we're going for the campus there is to finish the quest for Toronto, who wants the recorded history boost. So trader from Thebes, go to Memphis, more production. And we got the boost for medieval fairs, which is good. And now we've got 24 turns at Petra, which might give us actually a reasonable shot for completing that. And hopefully this last trade route does. No, I'm not scared for my life, Brazil, because what are you going to do about it? You're going to do nothing. Because Laurentia is the Kingdom of Ra, and the Kingdom of Ra does not fall to pathetic armies like yours. Oh, coincidentally enough, we might actually get the bonus from Hong Kong, who wants a great scientist. Yeah, Abydos has... Oh, that's right, Abydos does not have freshwater access. I completely forgot about that. So, Abydos will work on a granary, because we actually need the housing there. After the granary, we'll probably focus on getting that to be the industrial zone for, increasing, getting more of our infrastructure work built out. What is Hong Kong's bonus? So Hong Kong, good news, they don't have any suzerains, which is awesome. We might actually get the bonus there for the Great Scientist because of our campus district. We'll have to check that. They have 20% production towards city projects, which actually doesn't really matter right now, but when we get into producing science, that could actually be pretty awesome. I mean, that if we go for the science victory route, then that'll come in handy, because a lot of those are actually city projects. At the very least, we will be putting in city projects if we go that route for great people. Alright, Hanging Gardens with Gandhi. Gandhi's going to wonder crazy. Not a big surprise there. 22 turns for the Petra. A ridiculous 43. We're gonna, after Thebes, we'll probably send the trade routes to Mendez to get Mendez, situated and up and running and quicker with, just production. And they are working the right tile. Size produced, they're doing a perfectly fine tile. Thebes. Let's go ahead and buy the builder in the... Actually, we can buy another trader. Well, let's buy the trader. I keep putting off getting the builders, but, it is what it is, so... And what we will probably... Oh!
Defense is superior to opulence.
Barbarian camp. Are there any policies that we want to trade? There are not really... I mean, we might as well just put in discipline for extra strength against barbarians. Why not? There's really no point to these two here. Thebes will go to Abydos. And our civic, we will half build feudalism. Let's see. I want to leave that archer there. Oh, slinger can attack, okay. And we'll start moving this archer over here to take care of that barbarian camp. We don't want any annoying uprisings, because they might actually spawn crossbows at this point. And Thebes is actually in danger of housing cap, Yep. But we are down to 17 turns for Petra. So maybe our gambit actually pays off, because if that does, then Thebes would actually be a very decent city.
Is a tall ship.
We have our harbor tech. And let's take care of this scout before it gets any ideas. So, technology. At this point, we would almost want to beeline industrialization, because there's not a lot of threat from outside empires. But we do want to actually... We do actually want to get lumber mills, so... And these should go quick, but the only issue is I am building a lot of districts right now, and I don't necessarily want to increase that a lot. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to half build stirrups to go towards gunpowder and see if we have any niter, because that's going to come in handy if we need any kind of real actual military unit. That's musketmen and bombards. So let's half build stirrups. Let's kind of delay some of these techs. We need some time. We need time. And actually, let's take a look at settler view. Oh, Slinger's in trouble. Uh-oh. I think we can... I actually want to keep that there. I think we can actually kill this spearman, so let's do that. Now, the 15 turn timer. Again, I kind of hope this trade route from Memphis to the capital finishes sooner rather than later, because I would like to pump it back into Thebes and get more production, get more trade routes out of Thebes to get this turn timer down even more. Because if we lose this gambit in Thebes for the Petra, unlike Civ 5 or anything like that, we will not get any kind of compensation bonus. Like, we're not going to get any gold out of it if we lose it to the AI. We're not going to get anything else out of it. And that would be very unfortunate. We are going to settle the city to the south. And let's actually get a builder up here. And I might stop the builder in Sice at 1 turn left to go for in favor of feudalism, because I think we only need 1, 2, 3, 4. We only need 2 more. Oh, and it's Arabia. What did I say in step 2 about it might be Arabia that's running away at the science game? Yeah, he might be a good friend. Who knows? Let's see. All right. Yeah, you can sample my my hospitality. Spanish missionaries. Well, kill the scout. Fortify. The Spanish mission has landed in Thebes. What are we gonna do about that? Well, first, Sice, build the granary. Not that I necessarily want the extra housing, but I would like the extra food, just because we do want to start getting an industrial complex up here fairly shortly, and the builder I want to save for feudalism. And we might actually do the same. Well, Rocketette's actually producing them quick enough that we'll double build it there. We got a great merchant. And Do we want... You know, we'll take him because nobody else is producing great merchant points, and, you know, 100 faith, whatever, but grants 1 free copy of the luxury research on this tile to your capital. That could actually be very good. And we get a boost for that. But we don't want to... We do not want to spend him in our borders. We want to go explore. Maybe there's some extra things over here. But of course, we are going to need... we're going to need shipbuilding, I believe, for that. Yep, we're going to need shipbuilding. So actually, I'm going to switch our tech over to shipbuilding from stirrups. So that way we can actually disembark and explore a little bit with this guy. And I forgot to send a delegation to Arabia. They might already hate us. Oh, 1,000 thanks. Does 1,000 thanks come with 1,000 virgins? I wonder. They don't hate us as much as I thought. Spain is on even keel with us still. Brazil, so Brazil is the Cleopatra of this game. They hate us because we don't have a big army. We'll have to remedy that. And Gandhi still likes us. So Abidos's immediate issue as far as housing has been solved, but we do have an amenity problem now, as is starting to break out in our empire, because of course our only amenity is the diamonds until we mine the silver. So we're going to start building a builder over here. And that should help us out a bit. And we'll get our merchant ready to disembark whenever he gets a chance. That's probably actually the longest I've ever gone with a slinger in the game, turn 97. But it's about time that he got, you know, we get with the modern era, or the modern classical era anyway, with archers. Excellent. We're getting to the point where I'm going to want to do my feudalism slingshot fairly soon here. So what we're going to actually do is switch Mendez over to a builder. We're going to build another builder in Ra Cadet. Memphis will wait. And I think I am going to go ahead and try to get us the boost for feudalism shortly. And I'm actually considering... Unfortunately, none of these other areas are short. I mean, we wasted kind of our short civics on getting Toronto online. Yeah, Swinet. Swinet, what are you going to do for us? You are going to... Your production is very, very pathetic at the moment. I'm tempted to go builder. I'm thinking builder just because I do want as many cities with builders ready to go when I switch to feudalism and go with the serfdom civic. I mean, ideally, I would have 30% production to builders, but this is so far away that I think I'm just going to start building the industrial zone. I'm going to start building the industrial zone right now just because this city is going to take a while to build anything out. And my only consideration here is, do I build See, if I get it right here, we'll get 1 adjacency, plus we'll get the, so we'll get a +2 here. Here we'll end up getting a +2 also because there's not enough districts, so we'll just place the industrial zone there. And we'll maybe try to get some trade routes going from there to speed that up. Abydos, Memphis. Build the farm. And I think one more farm will do it for us, so we'll probably put the farm down there. See what Thebes is doing. Ten turns left for the Petra, and we should grow in... Thebes will grow in 2 turns now thanks to that farm, so that'll be good. And unfortunately, I think we're going to have to switch to... We're going to have to switch to something else. I'm going to keep going to size. So next turn we'll switch to another civic, just to see what's going on. And we'll switch Raw Cadet to something else, to some other production point. Actually, we'll go Builder again. 4 turns for a Builder. For our civics, what do we need to work towards? Exploration. We do need military training, so we'll switch to military training for that purpose. And let's see. Let's go ahead and let's get that silver online. This looks like a pretty good place at this point to put in a cut. Let's check on our score. So score-wise, we're almost caught up. We're at exactly turn 100. We're at a score of 121. We have an unmet guy at 152. An unmet at 87, and unmet at 145. We're ahead of Spain. We're ahead of Arabia. We're ahead of Brazil. India is, right now, it looks like overall leading the game. And overall, they are leading in science for sure. We have fallen behind by 5 techs. See, 12. There's a 12 science per turn difference there, which is not, we're keeping up, which is good. Arabia actually has significantly more science per turn than we do. And they actually have more science per turn than Gandhi does, so I wonder what's holding them up on the tech front there. It might just be boosts, or they might have a small island or something to that effect. Gandhi, ironically, with the largest military in the world, it looks like, by a decent margin. I wonder if they had an early war. And Gandhi again on the religious front. So Gandhi is the guys to go after here and to knock off if we go the war option, which is very, very interesting. Nobody otherwise is being able to run away with the field here. So we will take a cut here, and we'll see you in part 4.